Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living Love Stream. I'm Gina DiGirolamo, and we have a little bit of a different program scheduled for you today. It's still going to be an amazing message. We are going to have a program that was prepared for us by Bob Sima and Shannon Plumber, and they are from Where the Light Gets In. And so we're not going to hear the music up ahead of time like we usually do, but we are going to have an incredible show for you today. So please share the video and start a watch party on Facebook, or if you would like to invite some of your friends over who on YouTube who don't normally do things on Facebook. We have our YouTube stream there, and that's all running live right now. And if you're over there, please comment. Let us know you're here. We would love to get comments today. That also allows us to know if everything's running smoothly and as planned, but we all know that it's Spirit that's doing it anyways. So without further ado, I'm going to bring in Reverend Diane, and she's going to get us started.
Thank you, Gina. Boy, you look radiant today, this morning. As Gina mentioned, I'm Reverend Diane Davison. I'm the assistant minister at our Central Coast for Spiritual Living in Templeton. And our senior minister, Reverend Elizabeth Raleigh Hogue, as we've shared with you, she's on her sabbatical. But next week, she will be back in the pulpit in the saddle along with Travis. So we're excited to have them back. And our physical location for the Central Coast for Spiritual Living in Templeton is not open at this time. However, we are all looking forward to coming back once it is safe for all. So I'm coming to you live from Los Osos, Gina and BJ live from Paso Robles, and our guest speaker and musician, they're coming all the way from someplace on the East Coast. Isn't this just phenomenal how we can use the electronic and social media to just stay together? So with open arms and with open hearts, we welcome all of you to the Central Coast for Spiritual Living, where all that we ask is that you remain open to the possibility of changing your life. How? Simply by changing your mind. And this service is designed especially for you. Welcome home, everyone. And as Gina mentioned, take a moment right now to share this video either on Facebook or start a watch party. You are going to be just uplifted and empowered by this wonderful message from Bob and Shannon today. So let's move into our affirmation, and I'm going to ask you to repeat it after me. I live in the faith that there is a presence and power greater than I am that nurtures and supports me in ways I could not even imagine. Altogether, I live in the faith that there is a presence and power greater than I am that nurtures and supports me in ways I could not even imagine. And so it is. Yes. And now Gina is going to give us our announcements.
Okay, yeah. So we may have a little bit of jumping around here today. Like I said, we are doing this a little bit differently, so bear with us. If there is no donate button, I just want to make that announcement first, that please just go to PayPal, to our PayPal link to make your donations. Facebook is also having some issues today, so we're just going to work around it. And right now I'm going to read to you our mission statement. So with everything we do, we aim to raise the vibe. We teach innovative spiritual practices and principles that inspire deeper love of self and others. Transformation, a closer relationship with God, freedom from suffering, expansive joy, prosperity, and healing of the body, mind, and spirit. We are a conscious group of positive, inspired, and spiritually motivated individuals transforming lives. And we just happen to have a spiritual center. Want to check us out? Yeah, I love it. Give me some background, yeah. So, well, please join us for Coffee and Conversation at 11 a.m.-ish on Zoom. And that will happen directly after the love stream concludes. And you could find the link either on our events page, or we will post it at the end of service in the comments. So, yes, we also build our immunity through spiritual community, and we do this 3 times a week, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. This has been an amazing group of people that have really come together since the beginning of quarantine and COVID. And if you have never joined us before, please join us. It's really a great space to share what's going on in your hearts and your minds. And you can also find the link to that on our Facebook page under the events tab. And yes, she is coming back next Sunday. We're so excited to have Reverend Elizabeth come back after a very well-deserved sabbatical. And she will be joined by her brand new husband, Travis Hogue. He'll be our guest musician. So we're so excited to have the two of them back and feel all the love and energy that they've been sharing with each other. And since their marriage, it'll be, I think, a month next week that they'll actually be married. So that'll be really great to have them back on their first month anniversary. Also, if you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Central Coast Center for Spiritual Living on YouTube. It's where all the love streams are and other videos too that we think are appropriate to share. So, and lastly, we just want to say thank you so much for all you have done to support us through this time while the center is closed and supporting us on our love stream every week. And you can make donations via PayPal. Like I said, today the Facebook donate button is having some problems. I'm going to try during the stream to see if I can get it activated. If not, though, please go to paypal.me/CCCSL love. That's paypal.me/CCCSL love. You can also just go to our website, and there is a link there that you could click on, and that will take you also to a Facebook pay channel. Or you could write a personal check and send it to the center at 689 Crocker Street, Templeton, California, 93456. Okay, so let's see, what's up next? I think we're going to bring in Reverend Diane back in here. All right, and let me get that clicked correctly. Okay, Reverend Diane, I'm going to let you take it away.
Well, thank you, Gina. And this is our time that we're inviting you to send us your prayer requests. This is a tender time for so many people with the fires, COVID, financial uncertainties. And also, if you all want to be empowered and supported by any transitionings that you're making in your life, please reach out to us. You either can email your prayer request to info@cccSL.org, or just do it the old-fashioned way. Pick up your phone, call me directly at 714-273-9014. I'm going to repeat that, 714-273-9014. This is a gift from us to you. And all of our prayer angels will be praying over your prayer requests. And it has to start with you reaching out to us. We are here for you. So please take advantage of our gift of prayer. And now, BJ is going to read our Science of Mind reading. Charlie, who's usually with us, is just fine. He just had another commitment this morning. So, BJ, take it away.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm going to read an excerpt from This Thing Called You and the Science of Mind textbook by Ernest Holmes. There is a law of faith which has the power to bring into your life everything you need. This law utilizes the creative principle of life in such a way that all lesser uses of it become submerged. This is the triumph of spirit. When Jesus said, "It is done unto you as you believe," he not only announced the law of faith, he explained how it works. First, he implied that there is a law which operates upon your faith. All laws are universal, hence, they exist wherever you are. If there is a law of faith, it is right where you are, and it will operate like any other law in nature. For instance, it will work like the law of gravitation, which automatically holds everything in place. But so far as you are concerned, it will hold things in place where you place them. You do not change the law of gravitation. You merely change your position in it. The law works automatically. Jesus proclaimed a law of faith that acts on your belief. It is only common sense to recognize what this law does for you. It is only common sense to recognize that what this law does for you, it must of necessity do through you. The law works for you on the scale of your own individual being. In order to have faith, we must have a conviction that all is well. In order to keep faith, we must allow nothing to enter our thoughts which will weaken this conviction. Faith is built up from belief, acceptance, and trust. The gift of life is not complete until it is accepted. Will you accept this gift of life with me? And so it is.
And so it is. And absolutely, we say yes. Thank you so much, BJ. So we take that beautiful reading that BJ just shared with us, those words of Ernest Holmes, into our hearts, into our mind, and we move into our time of inner reflection, into prayer. So I invite you to close your eyes, relax your shoulders. If you can, put your feet on the ground and just be here now. There's nothing for you to do. There's nothing for you to think about, but just be here. As we place our hand over our heart, we simply just breathe. Yes, we breathe in the breath of God that is always within us. Our breath is our life force. It sustains us, it nourishes us in all that we do and all that we are. It is the gift of life. And as I recognize this presence of spirit in the space and time within each one of us, knowing that we are all part of the whole, our hearts blend together as one. I can feel this connection with everyone. I feel the essence of love, of kindness, of compassion, of healing, and of tenderness flowing through my entire body, from the top of my head, down through my body, out the soles of my feet to Mother Earth, where she always nourishes us and sustains us. And knowing that this is the truth for myself, I affirm and acknowledge this is the truth for everyone that I speak my word for right here and right now. So no matter what challenges are presented before us, our faith makes us whole and shows us a way out of everything. And so we move through conditions, we move past the fires, we move past COVID, we move past our health challenges, we move past fears and doubts into the fullness of our faith, believing, accepting, embracing, and trusting. and knowing that these conditions are passing and transforming into a place of peace, of calmness, that in the midst of what appears to look unimaginable, there is peace at the center. And so today we affirm together in our mind's eye that the fires are out, rain is here. Our firefighters and every being and every animal is protected and guided and safe. So today we let go of those conditions that do not serve our highest and best good. We let go of those into the cosmos, into the infinite, because today we are building our faith muscle. And we do that through prayer, our music, our celebration, and our community together, because our community is mighty. It is open to all, it embraces all. And as we stay connected, we protect each other and we care for each other, just like God does through each of us. And so with a grateful heart, I release my prayer into the principle of life. And as we say all together, and so it is. Amen.
And so it is. Thank you so much, Reverend Diane. That was a beautiful prayer. All right, so, September's theme is facing the fear, and today's topic is going to be skepticism, doubt, and faith. And we are going to hear, we have all said already, from Bob Sima and Shannon Plumber, and they are actually Where the Light Gets In. That is their title as musicians. So I'm going to read their bio, and then we are going to play their beautiful message that they have created for us. So, Bob Sima is a musician, mystic, and teacher. He is to music what Wayne Dyer and Eckhart Tolle are to books, and Rumi is to poetry. He has been called Eckhart Tolle with the guitar. He's a troubadour, a guide, and a musical mystic, offering the soundtrack to your inner work. Shannon Plumber is a shamanic practitioner, coach, singer, and speaker. She weaves the ancient energy work of the shaman with the modern skills of a board-certified coach into a cohesive approach for those seeking a catalyst for their healing and personal growth journey. Together, Bob and Shannon travel extensively, offering concerts, workshops, experiential retreats, and one-on-one coaching and healing programs for those relentlessly seeking practical and inspirational tools for the journey. Their online content has inspired thousands of people wanting full potential living. They founded Where the Light Gets In Ministries, a 501(c), whose mission is to provide personal growth programs to reach underserved populations and youth. Whether singing together in a concert, facilitating a transformational workshop, sitting in ceremony with a retreat group, or Shannon offering one-on-one healing, coaching, the soul level experience is always delivered. The marriage of Bob and Shannon's gift is undeniably powerful, unique, and potent for anyone on the journey of transformation. So we're really blessed to have them create this program for us today. And I am going to work right now on getting this shared so we can all view it and sit back and enjoy what they have for us.
So good to be with you all. My name is Bob Sima.
And I'm Shannon Plumber.
And we are Where the Light Gets In. Just want to explain real quickly how we do this, and we appreciate you kind of adjusting your order of service to meet our unique demands. But the way we do this is Shannon writes the talk, but she writes it with 3 songs in mind. And then so what we do is we do a song at the beginning, a meditative song in the middle, and then we close it out with a song at the end. And it all ties together. And the beautiful thing is I get to hear it right along with you guys as I'm playing the music. So we just invite you to settle in, and we're going to begin with the first song. And the first song is called Happening For You. Obviously there's 2 perspectives in life, that everything's just happening to you, and it's all just sort of by chance, or that there's some grand design behind it all. jaw tight, teeth clenched, soul not right, and eyes wide. Heart pounds quick, breaths are the only sound, and gut check, suspect. Train wreck is up in view, and this thing, this pain is gonna have a talking to you. Sleeping might be the proper thing to do, but suddenly you're covered up with this 3 a.m. blue. Well, this isn't fair, and this isn't right. This can't be happening till midnight. Well, it isn't, my friend, no, no. It's happening for you. Front steps, empty nest, heavy sigh on your chest, and summer moon, late June. It's high time we told the truth, and words come, worlds fall, tears dropped, and angels called, and lifetimes of memories rushing, rushing, rushing at you. Running might be the proper thing to do, but heaven is forming all around you. Well, this isn't fair, and this isn't right. This can't be happening till midnight. Well, it isn't, my friend, no, no. It's happening for you, for you. For your highest good is what it's after. Lessons and blessings disguised as disasters, to wake you and shake you, break and reshape you into something else entirely brand new. Brakes slammed, steel rammed, traffic jams, broken plans and loose lips, pink slips, short sales and doctor trips, and last dime, last in line, broken hearted valentines, and white lies, morning cries, MRIs and flat lines. And yes, this is real, and yes, this is right, but no, this isn't happening till midnight. Well, it isn't, my friend, no, no, and it isn't the end, and it isn't, my friend. It's happening for you, for you, for your highest good is what it's after. Lessons and blessings disguised as disasters, to wake you and break you, shake and reshape you into something else entirely brand new.
Oh, this world can so easily bombard us with, let's just call them distractions from what we want to be experiencing in certain moments. Yet, once we get through those moments, we often say, I would not wish that experience upon anyone else, but I also would not trade that experience because of the gifts I can now see that I received. When do we appreciate? How about right here, right now? Whatever the present moment offers is always a chance for us to show gratitude and appreciation in each moment. We have to determine if the opportunity presenting is one that we choose to appreciate or one that we choose not to appreciate. It is a choice. The energy of that decision follows in word, in gesture, in silence, in action, and in our behavior. The return on the investment of that moment will mirror the level of appreciation that we brought to it. What we appreciate appreciates. What we appreciate does not simply appreciate in random fashion. What we appreciate appreciates at the level of intensity of the appreciations that created the opportunity for us to experience that moment, plus our chosen level of appreciation that we and everyone else in that same moment brought to it. Eric Butterworth in Spiritual Economics describes givers and takers. He says this: the takers are the people who believe that their lives will always be the total of what they can get from the world. They are always thinking get, get, get. They plan and scheme ways to get what they want in money, in love, in happiness, and in all kinds of good. No matter that they may be applying metaphysical techniques, they still may very well be takers. But whatever may be their spiritual ideals or lack of any, no matter what they take, they can never know peace or security or fulfillment. The givers, on the other hand, are convinced that life is a giving process. Thus, their subtle motivation in all their ways is to give themselves away in love, in service, and in all the many helpful ways they can invest themselves. They are always secure, for they intuitively know that their good flows from within. So, my question to you, my friends, is, do you consider yourself a giver? If so, do you consciously appreciate every present moment opportunity that presents itself to you? Are you able to appreciate it for all that it is, and then move on and be gracious in the next moment for all that it is and has the potential to be? That potential comes from what you bring into that present moment, your state of grace. Or do you wallow in what you cannot appreciate from the previous, and do you carry that into the next moment? What we appreciate defines our core values. What we appreciate is an expression of our beliefs. What we appreciate is one of the tools we have to grow and to help others transform through this human experience. The spiritual practice is to shorten the length of time it takes to find, feel, and express our appreciation, regardless of how we see it with our two human eyes in the moment. So I would like to invite you into a meditation. Wherever you are, sink into the seat that you are sitting in. Sink into the floor that you might be standing upon. And receive a breath. Connect to that life force that is flowing through you. And allow that inhale to lead you deeper and deeper into a space of nothingness, a space of emptiness, a space of knowingness. From this space, I invite you to do a quick review of your last 6 months. So much has changed in the world and in our individual lives, in our homes, in our communities, in our country. So much has changed over the past 6 months. And I invite you, when you're reviewing those moments that stand out, that come to the surface as memorable, for whatever that means, good, bad, or indifferent. It comes to the surface for a reason, for a reminder. So remember those moments. Were you present? Did you receive the moment as a lesson or a blessing? Did it take some time to identify the lesson and the blessing in and of that moment? How might that moment have changed? How might the next moment have been changed? If your perspective of that experience in the experience itself was different. We have to stand in the mud. We have to stand in the muck. We have to experience all of life in order to appreciate the all of life.
No mud, no lotus. Haven't you noticed the patterns of the pain in your past? The things that broke you, well, they also awoke you to the questions that you needed to ask. Sleepless nights and the dizzying heights and the dreams, some of which came true. Tough breaks, heartaches, perfect mistakes created this version of you. And everything you go through grows you, and everything you go through grows you, exposes who you are. If it hurt, it made you softer. If it was hard, it fueled the hunger. If it touched you, your heart took hold. If it was simple, it made you wise. If it was sweet, it made you smile, weaved an indelible impression on your soul. Your feet, they walked, and your lips, they talked, and your hands dug around for the proof. Every look, every book, picture in your mind that you took created this version of you. And everything you go through grows you, grows you, and everything you go through grows you. Exposes the roots of an endless summer, part-time temporary lovers in the swoon of the deep blue sky. And as the time flew, you planted and gathered your truth as it passed before your eyes. And the wound is where the light gets in, revealing the masterpiece just beneath the skin. And in the glow of your own light, your petals open wide, and you bloom right where you are. No mud, no lotus. Haven't you noticed the patterns of the pain in your past? The things that broke you, well, they also awoke you to the questions that you needed to ask.
So from those memories that pop to the surface, what questions are there for you to ask of yourself? The questions are not directed toward anyone or anything or any place else. The questions are directed toward you. What are the gifts? What petal of your lotus flower did you walk away with? I invite you to honor, to show appreciation for each of those gifts from those seemingly crazy moments of the past 6 months. And as you get in touch with your breath, I invite you to plant those seeds of appreciation, those seeds of gratitude in your heart space. Know that you can reach into that feeling, that space that you created for your appreciation, and you can grab a little piece of that. In the future, when things seem seemingly painful, seemingly impossible, seemingly the biggest challenge forever. Know that that place can be nurtured. That place can always be a tool, a gift, and a presence in your heart, in your mind, in your soul, in your being. And as you feel the breath entering your body, allow the next exhale to identify with the chair that you're sitting in, the floor that your feet are upon. Begin to wiggle your toes and your fingers and allow that exhale to bring you back into the room, into the space where you find yourself at the moment. Don Miguel Ruiz tells a story called The Master in his book, The Mastery of Love. And I want to share this story with you. Once upon a time, there was a master. He was talking to a crowd of people, and his message was so wonderful that everyone felt touched by his words of love. In the crowd, there was a man who had listened to every word the master said. This man was very humble, and he had a great heart. He was so touched by the master's words that he felt the need to invite the master to his home. When the master finished speaking, the man walked through the crowd, looked into the eyes of the master, and told him, "I know you are busy, and everyone wants your attention. I know you hardly have time to even listen to my words. But my heart is so open, and I feel so much love for you that I have the need to invite you to my home. I want to prepare the best meal for you. I don't expect that you will accept, but I just had to let you know." The master looked into the man's eyes, and with the most beautiful smile, he said, "Prepare everything. I will be there." Then the master walked away. At these words, the joy in the man's heart was strong. He could hardly wait to serve the master and to express his love for him. This would be the most important day of his life. The master was going to be with him. He bought the best food and wine. He found the most beautiful clothes to offer as a gift to the master. Then he ran home to prepare everything to receive the master. He cleaned his entire house, prepared the most wonderful meal, and made the table look beautiful. His heart was full of joy because the master would soon be there. The man was waiting anxiously when someone knocked at the door. Eagerly, he opened the door, but instead of the master, he found an old woman. She looked into his eyes and said, "I am starving. Can you give me a piece of bread?" The man was a little disappointed because it was not the master. He looked at the woman and said, "Please, please come into my house." He sat her in the place he had prepared for the master and gave her the food he had made for the master. But he was anxious, and he could hardly wait for her to finish eating. The old woman was touched by the generosity of the man. She thanked him and left. The man had barely finished preparing the table for the master again when someone knocked at the door. This time, it was another stranger who had traveled across the desert. The stranger looked into the man's face and said, "I am thirsty. Can you give me something to drink?" The man was a little disappointed again, because it was not the master. He invited the stranger into his home and sat him in the place he had prepared for the master. He served the wine he had intended to give to the master. When the stranger left, the man again prepared everything for the master. Someone knocked at the door again. When the man opened the door, there stood a child. The child looked up at the man and said, "I am freezing. Can you give me a blanket to cover my body?" The man was a little disappointed because it was not the master, but he looked into the eyes of that child and felt the love in his heart. Quickly, he gathered the clothes he had intended to give the master, and he covered the child with the clothes. The child thanked him and left. The man prepared everything again for the master and then waited until it was very late. When he realized the master was not coming, he was disappointed, but right away he forgave the master. He said to himself, I knew I could not expect the master to come to this humble home. Although he said he would come, something was more important that must have taken him elsewhere. The master did not come, but at least he told me that he would, and that is enough for my heart to be happy. Slowly, he put the food away, he put the wine away, and he went to bed. That night he dreamed the master came to his home. The man was happy to see him, but he didn't know that he was dreaming. "Master, you came, you kept your word." The master replied, "Yes, I am here, but I was here before. I was hungry, and you fulfilled my need for food. I was thirsty, and you gave me the wine. I was cold, and you covered me with clothes. Whatever you do for others, you do for me." The man woke up, and his heart was filled with happiness because he understood what the master had taught him. The master loved him so much that he had sent 3 people to give him the greatest lesson. The master lives within everyone. When you give food to the one who is starving, when you give water to the one who is thirsty, when you cover the one who is cold, you give your love to the master. The man in the story is the perfect example of a blossoming lotus flower. Each person who showed up at his door asking for one of the very special items that he prepared for his very special anticipated visitor can be described as the mud and the muck that we perceive to derail and change the course of our well-laid plans. But the man chose. He chose to appreciate their presence for what it was. He knew he could show them appreciation for their situation. He knew they would appreciate his attention. He knew that he could meet the basic needs that they had in that moment. He appreciated, and the master appreciated him for it.
How can I say anything but thank you? And how can I say anything but grace? 'Cause everything in front of me is heaven, everywhere and every place. Every pleasure, every pain, every joy, and every heartache. And how can I say anything but thank you? And how can I say anything but grace? 'Cause everything in front of me is a miracle. Every line on every face, every handshake, every embrace. Every pleasure, every pain, every joy, and every heartache. And how can I say anything but thank you? And how can I say anything but grace? And every road in front of me leads to home. Every step, every breath, every turn I take. Every now and then, take the time to appreciate. Come on and sing it with us. So I say thank you. And I say grace. And I say thank you. And I say grace. 'Cause everything in front of me is a miracle. Every line on every face, every handshake, every embrace. And everything in front of me is heaven, everywhere and every place. How can I say anything but thank you?
and where the light gets in. What a beautiful contemplative service. I don't know about all of you, but my whole body, every cell, every organ is just relaxed. Wow, what a shift. Thank you, Bob and Shannon. That was just beautiful. And for those that don't know, they're offering a free, yes, free 5-day spiritual journey for any of you that would like to participate. It deals, they're working with music, meditation, and breath work and reflections, focusing on gratitude, forgiveness, stillness, and self-love. So I see that their contact information was there at the bottom. So reach out to them. Again, this is a free 5-day journey that they are gifting to all of us. Thank you, Bob and Shannon. So this is the time that we want to move into our gratitude and gratefulness of all of your giving us. As you know, our center is still open. We're still having to take care of all the electricity, the gas, the maintenance of the property. I've been out to our church. I know Gina and BJ have been there, and all of our church angels have been taking such wonderful care of our church. So rest assured, when we get back into our physical church, it is just going to be beautiful and having open arms to welcome us all back. So I'm going to invite us to, at this time, to take in our offering in our hand, maybe place it on our heart, and repeat after me. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is. And once again, thank you for your continued generosity. We so much appreciate all that you give. And so, won't you know with me that you are never alone? That God is right where you are now and always, and that all that we ever need to do is simply turn within. It is here we will find that we are guided, sustained, directed, and inspired by a source that only knows good. And so joyously, let us make use of these gifts in all that we think, all that we say, and all that we do. And so it is. So please repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening as me right now. It is this thing called life. Life is in my mind. Life is in my body. Life is in my pocketbook. Life is in my relationships. I think it. I feel it. I believe it. I express it. I accept it just the way it is and just the way it is not. Thank you, life, and peace and blessings to you all.
Yes, thank you, Life. Thank you, Reverend Diane. What a wonderful message that was. I could see both of us below just listening and hanging on every word and feeling the great vibe that they gave us. We're so blessed to have had them today.
Yes.
So we're going to invite you guys now to join us for coffee and conversation at Zoom. I just put the link in. Hopefully I got it the right one. Yes. So we're going to jump over there and we'll be happy to get to have some fellowship together.
Yes.
All right. Thanks so much, everybody.